Hey y'all, it's Allie at Little Hill Homestead. I honestly don't even know what day of Christmas in July we are on at this point, but this was one that actually somebody recommended that I do, and I already had the ingredients and stuff on hand to do it. So today we are bringing you infused olive oils. This is pretty simple, and let me show you why I decided we're going to do this at home. So every once in a while, we'll splurge and buy infused olive oils. These are both from local stores to us. This one cost me $7. It is the tiniest little bottle in the whole world. This one, we're about halfway through this one. This one cost us just over $20. And this is a garlic cilantro, which is okay. This one was a Tuscan herb, which we're going to try to recreate. It was bomb. We love it. So with the price being that high, this is a really fun little gift to give because it looks like you splurged a little bit. But let me tell you kind of the breakdown. These are pretty easy though. We'll go with that. What you need for this is olive oil, but you don't want like extra virgin olive oil because it has kind of a pungent taste and it's going to overpower the ingredients that you're adding. So you want one that says something like light taste. If you go to Sam's Club, they have a really big bottle for $20. I think it's 3 liters. This was like $8 for this container. So to start, I have 4. We're going to do 4 different flavors. 4. Math is my strong suit. We're doing 4 different flavors today. I'm going to do these bottles that I already had. They're just a swing top little bottle. I got some of them at thrift stores just over the years, and a couple of them I picked up at TJ Maxx last year, Home Goods. They come in really big different containers, or I didn't have time to go get it, but I was hoping to get little bottles like this because I could make it for more people. But instead, I'm just going to do 4 big ones, and I'm probably going to just keep them for myself. So we're going to open our light olive oil. And like I said, I have 4 pans. Like, who has 4 pans that are all this size? Not me. You need 1 cup of olive oil into each pot. Sorry, these are pots. I'm going to tell you 2 methods that you can use. This one is the stovetop method, which is cooking on a stove. If you want to do the overnight method, where you kind of set it and forget it, you would put these, instead of it being in a pot, you're going to put them in an oven-safe container. You set your oven to 350 degrees and you let it come to full temp. And then when it gets to full temperature, you take your ingredients and your olive oils and your containers, you mix it all together. Look at that, 4 exact containers. You turn your oven off, you put the bowls and stuff in there, and you let it sit overnight. And then in the morning when you wake up, they're essentially infused. That is a good version, but I felt like just getting this one done. And I like this version just a little bit better than that one. I feel like I know that it's a little bit safer if you're going to use something like garlic and you have to worry about botulism. Fun fact. So the 4 flavors that we're going to do today are garlic, which all you're going to do is, I took 1, apparently this is going to be our garlic. It chunked in there. I took 1 head of garlic and I took the skins off. You don't have to be overly particular because you're going to strain these off. And then I smashed them with the side of a knife to let the allicins out. Not myself, but the oils that garlic have. So this is like 8 to 10 cloves of garlic that we have smashed, and they're just going in the oil. I'm going to get that one turned on. You do not want these to boil, and you don't want to fry your ingredients. You just want to heat them. So what we're going to do is set this one on like a 4 and kind of watch where it goes. Our second flavor that we're going to do is going to be chili pepper or spiced olive oil. There's a couple options we have here. So we make tamales every Christmas, and I have bags of like peppers. You can do something like that if you would like. This is a de arbol and this is an ancho. You would just put those straight into the olive oil. Since not everybody has crazy bags of peppers laying around their house, I'm going to do it with crushed red pepper flakes because most people have those. So to our 1 cup of oil, depends on how strong you like it. You could do 1 tablespoon if you want it to be a little bit lighter. You can do 2 tablespoons if you want it to be a little bit more potent. I like potent, so we're going for 2 tablespoons. They're not heaping or anything like that. Nothing crazy. So that one is going in. Again, I'm going to turn it on like a medium heat and kind of watch it. Flavor number 3. I thought this one would be good for like fish and maybe some chicken type of a situation. So I got a big handful of rosemary from our garden, and I have the zest of 1 lemon. I feel like I'm working through this whole bag of lemons that I bought for another thing for you guys. So I thought, why not lemon? That sounds good. The tinginess on there is going to be delicious. So I have the zest of 1 lemon and just, I don't know, it's like 5 or 6 sprigs of rosemary going in. So those are going to just shove into this back pot. And then to recreate our Tuscan one that we love so much, I went out to the garden and I picked a bunch of herbs that I would classify as Tuscan. So I have some, let me say also, I wanted some garlic in here. So I have like 4 things of garlic that kind of broke, but there's 4 or 5 of them in there. I got a couple tops of basil. I have some thyme, which really isn't a Tuscan herb, but I decided to throw it in there anyways. Rosemary, because everybody loves rosemary. You know what? There's so much rosemary in here. I'm actually going to shove a little bit into our back pot. And then a bunch of oregano. So that's all just going to go into the pot over here. And then these also, I'm going to turn them on medium to get them going. And let me see. I need 4 spoons. Let's see if we have 4. I have a really long-handled one. It's like crazy for this little pot, but that's okay. I do have 4 wooden spoons. Perfect. All right. So our herbs are just starting to kind of infuse into the oil. Not really. It's still cold. Let's be real. All you're going to do is watch it. You don't, like I said, you don't want it to fry. You don't want it to overheat. You just want it to kind of gently infuse the herbs into the oil. The herbs are going to wilt and kind of change texture and kind of, let me see if you can see this. See how this is sitting way up high? Like they're going to melt down into the oil to where, please don't fall, to where they're kind of like sitting in the oil with like a nice little steam, not steam going, but they're going to start getting warm in there. Same with the, this one's already sitting low. The garlic's just chilling in the oil, so it's fine. And the chili peppers, I'm just going to kind of stir them around in there to get them distributed into the oil since there was a clump in the middle. So my pot is steaming back there. Okay. We're just going to watch these. And once you start to see the oil getting warm, not hot, I have to say that 17 times because I don't want you to boil your ingredients. Once you start to see them getting warm, oil changes texture if you kind of watch it. It thins out a little bit. Once it does that, set a timer for 30 minutes. You want to keep them kind of low and simmer on your simmer. If you have a simmer on your thing or like a 1 or a 2, you want to keep them low for the full 30 minutes. That's going to kill off anything that's on your herbs or in your garlic, just to kill off any worry of bacteria, botulism, anything like that. So I will tell you this again later, but I'm going to tell you now as well. So a lot of people will put fresh herbs or garlic cloves or things like that into the bottles and gift it to people. What in the heck is that? You don't want to do that. You want to strain them off, because the only way to get these to last a longer amount of time is to strain those off so that you just have pure olive oil. If you have herbs and fresh stuff in there that has moisture in it, it's going to make your olive oil go rancid. We don't want that. Okay, so that's it for now. I'm going to check back in throughout this process so I can kind of show you what the herbs and stuff are doing. I'm kind of stir my herbs down into here to get it really good and in there. Push them down and make sure the olive oil is getting on them. I'm so excited. My house is going to smell awesome. All right, you guys. I'm going to let you guys go. I will be back to show you as we get a little farther into the project. But let me show you again what they kind of look like. Isn't that just... That's our lemon one. Here's our chili one. And then our garlic is just little garlic cloves. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, guys, it's been a couple minutes. I just wanted to kind of show you where we are. I switched to my burners because my big burner was getting a little too hot for my herb one. But I wanted to show you, I'm hoping you can see this. Do you see the light amount of bubbles that are going around the garlic right there? The little bit that's going on in this pot. This one, because there's so much moisture in those herbs, it's kind of bubbling a pretty good amount, but it's a comfortable amount for me. And then this one is the chili pepper, and it's just kind of very light on that one. So that's where we are. That's the temperature and the look that we're going for. You want them, sorry guys, you want them to kind of bubble lightly. That's what we're aiming for. So I did set my timer. I have 20 minutes left at this point, but I wanted to kind of show you the temperature or the what consistency you're looking for. We'll be back. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Our oils are now infused, and my house smells delicious from what I'm told. All I've done is turn my burners off, and then I put down 4 hot pads, and I just moved my pots to the hot pads. You're gonna let your oil cool down because you don't want to pour it in a glass jar when it's quite this hot. So give it maybe a half hour-ish, and we're gonna strain these off and get them ready. I meant to tell you guys too, if you don't have fresh herbs just laying around in your garden like some people do, you can totally use dried herbs for this as well. You would use, basically, like if I use a handful of rosemary, I would use maybe a tablespoon and a half or 2 tablespoons of dried rosemary, like the pieces, not ground. I wouldn't use any kind of ground spice for this, but if you have like thyme pieces or rosemary pieces, I would go ahead and use those. Same with like dried basil or anything like that. You could totally get away with it. So that's what we have going on right now. We'll be back to strain them off and I'll show you guys. Okay guys, we're back. It's time to strain off our ingredients that we have in our olive oil because we don't want them in our jar. So I have 4 different random containers that all have a spout. That makes it easier for me to pour it in the jar. You can also just do this in bowls and then move it to funnels, up to you. I have a metal strainer. I'm going to start with the thing that's going to be the easiest to clean out of my strainer and then go to the worst, so that I'm hoping that this stays somewhat clean. It probably won't, but it's fine. So the first one that I'm going to strain off is going to be our garlic. Oops. Nice. Okay, so the garlic, because it's been sitting here roasting in this oil and it's like beautiful. I don't know if you can see it. It's like caramelized in there. I'm going to save it in this little container because if you've ever had this kind of garlic smashed on bread or in pasta, it's bomb. So I'm going to save all our little garlic bits and put this one in the sink. Our next one that I'm going to strain off, and I don't mind if there's just a little garlic oil on here because honestly, they all kind of have that flavor anyways. Our next one that I'm going to do, this is going to be our lemon rosemary. And I'm going to see if I can do most of it. The herbs hold on to some of the oil, and that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to dump my herbs back into there. Into the sink it goes. So see the color difference that we're starting to get? Wait, let me move them so you can see it. This is our garlic over here, yellow still. This one is our lemon and herb. The next one I'm going to do is going to be our chili pepper. Actually, let me do the other herb. I'm very decisive, am I not? This is our Tuscan herb. I'm going to move it. No, I'll do it over here. I'm hoping that my arm can do this. This is a 2-cup measuring cup, so don't be alarmed that it looks like there's not much. Again, our herbs are going to hold on to some of that oil, and that's okay. We're going to sacrifice some to the little herb guts. Okay. Empty out our colander. Another one going in the sink. And our final one is going to be our chili. I thought this one would be kind of a mess, and so that's why I kind of saved it for last. But again, do you see the color difference between this one and this one? This had herb too, but this just had way more herbs. Beautiful. And then our last one is our chili peppers. This one I'm thinking is going to go red. Yeah. I've done it with the Mexican chilies before, the like whole ones. I have not done it with pepper flakes before, but it kind of gives you the same vibe. I figured more of you guys have this on hand too. It's going to have a few chili flakes throughout our mix. And I'm okay with that because the chili flakes were already a dry ingredient and they're not gonna make our oil go rancid. So here's our final one. Let's see. What pretty colors. I'm so excited, you guys. So again, we have our little swing top jars. I'm gonna try to find you guys one on Amazon and link it below. But like I said, I got some of these at thrift stores over the years because I use these. We make a fermented hot sauce and I usually have these full of hot sauce, but being the end of the season, we're out, even though our garden's not doing squat. I also have these little stickers. They came on some spice jars that we have. You can get stuff like this at Michael's and Joann's or anywhere online too. So I'm just gonna stick our, let's see, this one's a garlic. A cute little tag on these just hanging on the side would be cute too. That's totally off center, but it's okay. I'm not gonna panic. So I'm gonna do my best to be careful and get this in the jar. This is why I wanted to use ones that had a spigot, a spout, a spigot. This is not a hose. Okay, so they didn't go all the way to the top because some of it's stuck in our ingredients. If you want to top them off so they look really nice and full, just fill it the rest of the way with the regular olive oil that's not infused and you'll be good. But like I was saying, you do not want to put any herbs in your jar. That one got a little bit fuller. Our garlic must have sucked up some of that beautiful flavor, and I'm okay with that. You don't want to put fresh herbs in here to be pretty or fresh garlic or anything like that because it has water in it. It's going to cause it to go rancid. If you do decide you want to go that route, it needs to be kept in the refrigerator and it won't last more than maybe a month. So it's up to you. If you want to do that, go for it. I forgot to put our tags on the other ones, but I do have them written up. That is our Tuscan. Ooh, I almost spilled it all. That would have been horrid. And then the last one is going to be our chili. This one is, you can feel the heat. Kind of looks like when you buy popcorn oil, that weird orangey color because it's got the butter, fake butter in it. Ooh, that one's making my eyes burn a little bit, you guys. So the swing top lids, they literally just have this rubber gasket that sits on it and then you just push down. And so I thought, one, you could give this to, if you made a big batch all of one kind, you could just gift this to a bunch of people and maybe do like a loaf of homemade bread with it or something along those lines. Up to you. You could give somebody a cute little set like this. You got all kinds of opportunity here, you guys. These are still a little bit warm, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave them unhinged for now, just so that we don't get any condensation stuck up at the top. You don't want moisture in your olive oil. That'll make it go bad too. So leave that off, let them cool all the way. And then these will last pretty long in your cabinet. With olive oil, you kind of have to be careful. Taste it, and you'll know if it's rancid if you go to use it and it doesn't taste right. So I'm going to top this one off with just a little bit of olive oil so that it looks a little bit fuller. Same with these ones probably. But they're strong enough that it'll be just fine. But these are our infused olive oils. Are they not beautiful? And like, let me tell you, I remember I was telling you guys that we bought like this one. Look at the size difference, just so you can you see the size difference? I paid $7 for this, you guys. This cost me, well, the glass jars usually are about $1.99 for the swing tops like this. The olive oil for all 4 jars was about $8. And then the herbs and stuff were free because they were from my garden. But didn't take much time. So what are we looking at? Maybe $3 a jar instead of $7 for a mini micro machine over here. Anyways, that was Christmas in July day 4,569. Just kidding. Hey, I do have a thought, by the way. So you guys know, and I'm hoping we can make it through it this year, we do Christmas cookies in the month of December, recipes for you guys. We did 12 days of cookies last year. And what I want to do this year is I want you guys to give me some recipes, and I'm going to feature some subscriber recipes that we're going to try. We're going to bake them from scratch, just like you guys tell us to. just provide us the recipe and we'll give you guys credit. And then we're going to share your recipes with our other subscribers. I think that would be a really fun way to like incorporate you guys into our Christmas stuff. So between now and the end of November, really even into December, go ahead and send us any Christmas cookie recipes that you've got. You can either write them in your comments below or you can email us at littlehillhomesteadga@gmail.com. And make sure you guys leave us your name and tell us if there's any kind of cool story behind, behind your cookies. Like we have cool stories, like some are family heirlooms that have been handed down. Some are ones that just are our kids' favorites or blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I love stories. So go ahead and email us, comment below, any cookie recipes. It'd be exciting. I'm excited. That'll make me want to cook cookies, which I hate doing. So anyways, okay, this is like a 45-minute video at this point for olive oil. Congratulations, Allie. It's probably your longest video yet, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you stuck around, I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and like and all the jazz. And we'll have another, I think there's one more. Tomorrow's our last day. So keep an eye out for tomorrow's video. Yeah, I think tomorrow there's one more. Anyways, Merry Christmas in July, guys.